Hey folks, Peter here. Thank you for joining me once again for another episode of the 3D printer series. We've got the printer right here. And in full honesty, I did record a video before this, add in some new parts to the printer, and I didn't like how it turned out. We're going to go ahead and skip on past that though. I will cover what I have added, and then we'll just kind of move forward and I'll keep showing you some new parts that we're going to add. So let's get into it. So what I installed on the printer that I didn't show you guys, I just didn't like how that video turned out, is I actually installed this all-metal extruder here from Creality. I believe this is aluminum. New couplers, and then the Bowden tube that's orange. After that video, I actually added this extruder gear. The motor here has the fitted brass gears where they're literally just friction fit on there. I actually had to grind that off. And then I got to install one of these metal ones. For some reason I have a 3-pack. I don't know if I'll need all 3 ever, but I have them. So I got that installed. And since I did that, I'll have to redo what I did in the last video, which is actually calibrate the E-steps. We're actually going to be measuring filament and how much we extrude, and just taking that Bowden tube off, we're going to be able to do this without having to look at and see everything here. So I'm just going to grab a length of filament. We got some filament here. Just going to go ahead and kind of try to straighten this out a little bit. And I'll kind of go over what we did, because we're going to have to do it again here. Now this isn't perfectly flat or straight or anything, but I am getting it roughly straightened out, just trying to take out some of a variable here. So I actually do have the hot end heated up here, so we can run the extruder. Apparently you can't run the extruder without the hot end heated up. So we're just going to go ahead and get some filament installed here. Just a little bit sticking out here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark that, and I know it's a dark filament, but in person I can see it. So we're just going to mark that right on the end of the filament there, right on the edge of the extruder. I'm going to go into the machine here, and I'm going to tell it to move the extruder 100 millimeters. I had to actually plug in the cable there. I hadn't had that plugged in yet. I had it unplugged to install this, so obviously nothing was working there. So I'm going to go into the move axis and tell the extruder to extrude 100 millimeters. And now we're just going to wait for this process to get done. It does take a little while, and we'll see how close this gets to 100 millimeters. And after that, there's a formula we can use to tell the extruder you didn't make it far enough or you made it too far, and we can adjust and measure again. Alright, so that finished extruding there, and I'm just going to mark right on the end there. And I go and back all this out. Now I'll measure this distance between the starting point and how far it extruded, and we'll see what we get. Alright, so I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see this. So I measured out the distance extruded, 112. 112, that's a little over 100 millimeters, so we're going to have to do some adjusting here. So what I need to do now is I need to calculate, I wanted to extrude 100, divide that by the 112, and then times it by my current E-step value, which I don't have offhand, but I'm going to go ahead and do all this math and I'll show you. So going into my machine, my E-steps value is set at 100.6. So I'm just going to open up my calculator here, and 112.8 we'll say, and then times that by my current amount. Let's get 100 divided by 112.8, and then times that by my current E-steps, which is 100.6. And now I need to set my value to 89.15. And this doesn't do the hundredths place, so I'll just set it to 89.2. And then once I get this set, we'll go ahead and save that and measure this out again. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stick in the filament here again. So we're gonna do the same thing again here. I'm just gonna mark the end, tell it to extrude 100 millimeters, and we should be pretty dang close by now. So again, we just gotta wait for this to get done. So while that is extruding the 100 millimeters, I just wanna take this time to say thank you for watching first off. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this series. I'm still kind of piecing this all together, and the best way for me to learn is to honestly just do stuff like this. I think it's working out so far. We still have to get some better prints, if you guys remember all the stringing and stuff. So we're gonna work on that. We're gonna try to get the prints best we can, and then we can start making fun stuff. Let me know what you guys think. I think I'm doing this step right. Let me know what you guys think though. If there's something that you want to see me do with the printer, or if there's something that I should be doing. Certain mods, certain upgrades, things I can print for the machine, or things I can buy for the machine. Let's go back and see how the extruder is doing. I think it's about done here. So that just got done here. I'm gonna go ahead and mark right on the end. Now this isn't the most accurate test. I could actually just be snipping flush on that coupler, and that would give me an exact definite, but I think I can mark it pretty close there. So I've got, just make sure that's marked here. There we go. So go ahead and pull that piece out and get this measured, and I'll let you guys know. So I just get that piece measured out, 100.2. Now there is some variation with my method of marking and measuring it out, but I'm gonna say that is pretty dang close there. So we can go ahead and button this thing up and move on to the next step. So I got everything set up best I could here again. Something that I did notice with the metal extruder there is that it doesn't have the clip that this guy had. So this kind of flops around. I did get the zip ties back around this Bowden tube, so that should help some. The extruder E-steps are all set, so this thing should be printing pretty good here. Now I had to change it a little bit again because I put that new gear in here, so we'll see how that works out. I should see if I can maybe print, I don't know if I can like print something to hold this in place here, because I don't want this flopping around and getting in the way of the hot end here, but I guess we'll see. I've got everything preheated. I'm just going to go ahead and do another benchy, and before I do that, I do want to point out that I did go into the settings in Cura, that's the slicer that I use, and I adjusted some of them. We shouldn't be getting any more of the strain, or at least hopefully it's been reduced. I haven't tested it out yet. Basically I just upped the retraction amount so that it actually is pulling the filament away, so when it makes the moves it's not leaving those strings. So we'll see how that works out. I'll go ahead and get this started printing, and I'll let you guys know when it's done. So it's just got all done printing. I've got it all shut down now. I guess I could just shut it completely off there. And here it is. Look at this. There's still a tiny bit of string, and I can see a little bit right in the center there. But otherwise, that looks a lot better than that. The globs on the outside, I think you guys remember me talking about the globs on the outside here. Again, changing that retraction amount. Those globs are now gone. I don't know if you can see those dots right on the side there. Those dots are gone now. The stringing almost completely went away. There is still some on the back here, and the little hole on the top kind of looks funky. So I'll have to do some more adjusting with settings there, but that is a huge improvement. I don't think it's fully to attribute to exchanging the extruder for the metal one and changing out that gear. Setting the E-steps did help some, I would expect, but also adjusting that retraction rate so it is pulling the filament away so it's not doing the stringing. I do want to do some more tweaking there, but I think we're getting pretty close there, which is very exciting. I am looking forward to doing some more work with this. Again, let me know what you guys think. Is there a certain mod I should be doing, certain upgrade? Maybe there's a certain setting in Cura that I'm supposed to be looking at. I think the 4.12, that's the one that I just installed here, or upgraded to. So I can go in and whatever settings are out, I can adjust them there. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. Give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.